Hi, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kelly Musar, and what I do for a living is I do intuitive readings. What does that entail? Basically, what that entails is I do these over the phone. I do them in person, but that's only if I know you or someone of a friend of mine knows you, something like that. Um, So what that entails is basically my website is in the description. So you can go there and that's how you can contact me if you're interested in an intuitive reading. But what I do is basically I go into your energy field and I'm very intuitive and very psychic. And when I'm in your energy field, I can feel what's happening in your body. I get to see light codes go in and out and I can see where stuck energy is. And all my readings are 100% intuitive. What that means is that I don't plan for any of my readings. Um, I just attune to your energy about 5 minutes before a reading, and then there we go. I just want to throw out there all new clients. You do get a 30-minute free reading with me. So you basically have nothing to lose to try it out. But if you are having if you're feeling stuck or a lot of shifts are happening to you, then perhaps it might be time. And I'm here to help you. So if any of that resonates with you, like I said, my website is in the description. You just go onto my website and there you can find all my services and what I make and everything. So tonight I am doing Healing the Inner Child. And the reason is because every day, or almost every day, I have been doing, and this is going to move because it's on the table. So you're going to get back and forth. But I have been using these cards, okay, and they're fairy tale cards. That's what this is. And it's more when I saw this at Half Price Books, it's definitely one that kind of stood out. So I got it to help me with my inner child. And if you don't know me, on my webpage here or my YouTube channel, I literally share my whole story of all the pain that I went through, but also everything I went through made me where I'm at right now. So to me, there's no one to blame. It's not a blame game. It's literally, this was my path, and now I completely understand it. So, for tonight's reading, I decided to get my unicorn cape. And this is just something that I just put together, and it's very unicorn, but it could also be very dragon. Sometimes it looks like it's dragon scales. But it's something that I found at a store, and I had to get it for my unicorn. And then I had enough left over that I decided, when we were little, how we used to tie things to make them into capes. So to honor my inner child, I went ahead and put this on for tonight's reading because my inner child will be the one that basically came to me and she told me that she wanted to do messages with these cards on my channels. So that's what started, but apparently it's taken off on every channel that I have. It's hundreds upon hundreds of people viewing these. So I thought, why not come on and actually do some healing, right? Because 15 seconds to share a message with your inner child, they get as much as they can, but again, it's just a quick 15-second video. So here it's going to be a little bit longer. And again, none of my things are ever written down. It's not even something I think about. I just hop on, go live, and I just let it go. And I can tell you, that's the best way to get really intuitive of knowing your own powers and knowing what you can do is have no plan and just go with it. Okay, so here's the cards that we'll be using. You can't see what I have on my table, but I have my little moonstone Scully. That's cool with the light going through him. Oh, that's neat. Hold on, let me show you that. That's just the light. Very neat. Okay, and then I have the big guy, Zebra Jasper. And he's very good. This guy, what he helps me with is very grounding and very loving. So these are the two that will be on there. I was guided to bring over tuning forks, my whole case of them. So if it's called, I might stop and grab one of them. Um, but we're going to go ahead and get started. All right. So I'm just going to use the cards as kind of like a guide of like where to go when it talks about healing your inner child. So, because this is not a personal reading, I have to open this up to all the energies of everyone that's going to watch this video. And it doesn't matter if you're watching it right now live or if you're watching it weeks, months, even years down the line. You're going to watch this right when you need to. So, with that being said, it's more of a collective reading, but whatever resonates with you, you will know, you will feel it. And the rest, you just don't listen. All right. So, I'm going to go ahead and get my inner child. I call her Little Kel. And I'm going to go ahead and just let her come out. That way she can go ahead and start. And this is kind of like a new setup. I wanted to try this area out just to see. And I'm noticing like the light, it's not actually catching my face. So anyways, that's how you get to go. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple deep breaths. So why don't you do a couple deep breaths with me? And since this is inner child healing, if you have anything that kind of resonates with your inner child, something that kind of like this, a cape that brings you back to your inner child, anything like that, that would be a good time for you to like go and get it and just have it near you. So right away, I'm actually going to start with a tuning fork. Okay. So all this is, the whole purpose of this one is to get your inner child. I'm going to probably just adjust this for a second. Hold on. Okay. So to get your inner child to come out and play with us, basically. All right. So all I'm doing here is just calling out your inner child. And basically, I'm putting it more towards the head because when you're in the head, you sometimes can't hear your inner child, right? And the inner child is more located in the heart, but it also has the memories. Okay, and just do a couple deep breaths. In and out. And one more. Okay. And if anybody wanted to know that, that was 256 hertz. C, 256 C. All right, let's get started. So, what does your inner child need you to know so that your inner child can help you on your healing path or understanding path, whatever you want to call it? It doesn't matter. All right, let's see here. Okay. So, very first card that came up, 5 of Swords. Okay, so your inner child is telling you appear stuck right now. So whatever you're focusing on in the mind, right? When I sat there and said whatever you want healing or anything from, basically your inner child is saying you feel that you're stuck. You feel like you're on a rock between a hard place. If you notice this card though, do you notice how easy it could be for you to get to the land? where the sword is. And of course, the sword's all about being in your head. So, your inner child is telling you, in your head, you're making this out to be something really, really big, and it really isn't big at all. This is not a I can't get out of this. There's no escaping this. That is the lie that you're telling yourself, but your inner child is saying, look at that. We're so close to land. We could easily go over there. We can get there and we'll be safe. We'll be okay. But in your mind saying, no, the wrath or this situation has already left. There's nothing I can do. Now I'm just stuck. So that's what your mind's saying, but your inner child's saying, no, the wrath isn't moving. It's waiting for you. It's waiting for you. All right. Let's see what else your inner child is wanting to say to you. So basically, just know when you're in your head all the time, most of the time, the stories that you tell yourself is either A, coming from being a victim where it wasn't nothing you could do. It was not your fault. Choose whatever words you want. But when you're in your head all the time, you're not really feeling any of the feelings here because you're up here. And if it becomes overwhelming, you will actually leave your body and then come back, but you don't actually like get anywhere. You don't get like to the deep core of like, why is this happening? And then you go back to your mind where there it is. It's waiting for you. So just wanted to throw that out there. All right. So your next card feels like it's this one. All right. 8 of crystals. All right. So 8 of crystals. Crystals represents the physical world. And the inner child is saying, yes, you can do anything you want. Nothing is stopping you. So your inner child is saying, hey, you remember when we used to have fun? When was the last time you had fun? When did you do something that you wanted to keep doing and not stop? So, inner child's telling you, go have fun. Go allow your inner child to come out and do whatever it is. Regardless of what anyone will say or think of you, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the only person that matters about what they believe in you or think of you is yourself. And I know that's like the hardest thing to imagine or to break through is like all that matters is you. But at the end of the day, it is because you have to live with all your decisions, all the regrets if you have them. It's all you. Nobody else is going to live with that. So I noticed something if I put my hand up there. Interesting. Bear with me. I want to try to shift this just a little. Yeah, nope, it's not going to work. Okay. What if I go this way? Like I said, trying out a new area. Hey, that actually works out a little bit better. A little bit. I'll just have a glow behind me. All right. Does that actually work out? You can see me a tad bit better. But anyways, my next video won't, I'll have that adjusted. So, message from your inner child on this one. Go have fun. Or stop and think for a second. What would you do for fun nowadays? What would you do? And then go do it. Don't think about the consequences. Don't think about all the things that you need to do before you can do. Your inner child is just telling you, go do it. All right. What else does your inner child want to help you with? All right. The Wizard. So, this is a major shift here. So the wizard, your inner child, is telling you that you have everything it takes. So whatever you're believing, which clearly you're in your head, right? Every message is leading that you're in your head. You're telling yourself lies just to keep you right there. And maybe you don't even realize you're telling yourself lies. Maybe you believe your lies so much that you don't realize that it's not actually the truth. It's very possible. And then you have go do something fun. And then perhaps if you take these steps, you will understand that you have everything it takes. Now, this is funny because this was the card of the day today, which is April 21st, 2023. And this card, my little inner child said, believe in magic because it is out there, it's everywhere. Why don't you try to see it? And then my inner child is even going on and saying, hey, you remember there's books on unicorns, there's books on dragons. Where do you think that came from? If they didn't exist or if they don't exist, then how did someone create it in their mind without them ever seeing them? And that's a really good question, isn't it? Stop and think about that for a second. How can unicorns and dragons be fairy tale and not real, but yet somehow someone drew them up? That would only mean that at one time they were very real. I mean, me personally, I believe, of course, they are real. They're around us. Can you see them in a physical world? I would say sometimes on this planet. But I have a feeling they're going to be more and more visible to the third dimension. But that's just me. Okay. Let me get a water break real quick and then we'll proceed on. All right. Let's keep going. And again, I'm just pulling as many cards as what my inner child is telling me to do. But if you see a theme, then you're meant to see the theme. All right. Next, where are we going? 3 of Hearts. Ah, look at this one. This one's quite interesting. So, 3 of Hearts, of course, is about the emotions. Now, do you happen to see the one down at the bottom? This mermaid right here. Do you happen to see what she looks like? She looks kind of sad. Looks like the mermaid up at top chose the other mermaid, and perhaps feeling that this goes out to anyone that feels like they have a broken heart is definitely what comes when I feel this card out. So, if any of you guys, what's on your mind or on your heart is that you have a broken heart, that perhaps you showed love to someone and they clearly did not show it back to you, then that doesn't mean that you did anything wrong. So, your inner child would say, doesn't mean you did anything wrong. It doesn't mean that they don't love you or didn't love you. All that means is right now on this energy level, it's not going to work. So that's all that means. This isn't keep asking yourself why, because it feels like that's coming of like, why did that happen? To all you guys that have the broken heart where your boyfriend or girlfriend has left you for someone else. Again, that's not your fault. You can't sit there and go, what should you have done differently? Nothing. It worked out according to plan. And I know right now that is not what you want to hear because you're in pain, right? Your heart's throbbing, your mind's racing of like, why did this happen? You know, I gave him or her everything and all, just fill in the blanks, right? But the mind will keep you more in the grief and the what did you do wrong, and that, you know, why does this keep happening? Your mind will give you all the stories and scenarios to make you feel guilty. in one way or another, right? And if you sit there and think about that, you're probably laughing like, yeah, I feel pretty guilty right now, or stupid. That's another one coming up, that you feel stupid that you didn't see it coming. Again, that was your path. Why was it your path for your boyfriend slash girlfriend to leave you for someone else? I don't know that, because this is a collective reading. And if that's something that you need assistance in, then I would reach out through my webpage. And if you book the reading with me, we could go into more detail of like why is that happening. But because this is a collective, it's more of a collective of a bunch of different energies that's coming through as I'm doing this reading. But if you're right there and you're feeling the amount of pain that I'm feeling from you, I would definitely say that if you are ready to find answers to it, then go ahead and reach out to me, and then we can go on to a more personal one-on-one and get down to the real pain, the real trauma. And if this is a repeat pattern where you're with many different people and they seem to always leave you for someone else, then we could find the core of that, the core of pain of that, and then help release it. Okay. So that's what I do when I say my intuitive readings. But I felt very guided that I needed to take a moment and honor you and honor your feelings, because right now you're not feeling great at all. And in your head, you're just constantly wanting why, and you're just getting real upset. So if you want to go deeper, like I said, reach out to me in the description. It is my webpage. Alrighty. I wish you all the best of luck in that as we move on to something different. Alrighty. So clearly, the inner child is pulling a bunch of different people's energy in here. And now I'm understanding that each card is representing a certain collective. And like I said, if it didn't resonate with you, it's not yours. But if it did resonate, then just go back and re-listen to it. All right. Here we go. 5 of crystals. So if you see it, he's like a little elf in a tree, and he's fixing or building. He's building something. It looks like he's building addition to his house. 5 of crystals. So for all you guys that are building something right now, this one would be for you. So let's see what my inner child is saying here, or technically your inner child. So it's so funny. He's whistling while he's working. That's cute. Whistle while you work. And what I first get with this is that you're almost finished with the project. You're tweaking it. You're basically getting to the finish of it. And basically the inner child is just telling you, keep the momentum, keep it going. You're almost there. You're more than halfway there with this big project that you took on. Now, this could be your house, but it could be also a car. It could be anything that resonates, that if what's going on with your life right now is a big project, then what this means is that just keep the momentum. Don't overthink the project. Don't over analyze. In this here, he's literally just whistling and working. He seems very at ease. He seems very relaxed. He's even got birds on here that's watching him just whistle as he's finishing his clock, or whatever you want to call that little star thing. But it is almost there. So I have a feeling, as I go more into your energy field, that this has been a project that's been happening for a while now. I definitely get that you're starting to kind of feel the exhaustion, and you're feeling like, when is this going to end? And at the end of the day, it is ending, right? Everything does come to an end. And like I said, you're more than halfway there, but you still got a little bit more to go. I definitely get as I get more in tune to this card and certain people that you have been working on this for like over a year and that you have still about 3 to 4 months to go. But remember, right? Whistle while you work, whistle while you're thinking about the project, and flow. If you flow, it will come to an end quicker. You'll be more like kind of, you can breathe instead of right now your inner child's more like some days you're okay, some days you're not okay, which is fine, but as you keep going on, your inner child's more like you're going to go towards that not being okay all the time over this project and just wanting it to end. So it's more like just go with the flow. You can't plan everything. We believe as humans that we plan everything. And I was one that believed that too until I realized, no, we don't. How many things happen and it's like divine timing. Basically, one of my guides gave me this, which is if you plan to fail. They gave me this the other day. And that's a power statement, is it not? If you plan to fail. What they are telling me is that if you are planning, then you're having expectations on that plan working to your um, what you believe you want, and everything's working for your highest good. And sometimes we do not know what is for our highest good. We believe we do, but I loved it. My guides gave me that, and it's just very strong. If you plan to fail. So basically, they were saying just flow and you will not even imagine the things that line up and happen. So, in this situation for you with that big project, flow. And it's okay if you plan and that you don't achieve it. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up. All right, it feels like there's one more. So, it looks like what my inner child did here was that she just kind of pulled as a collective 6 different situations that's going on. So that's pretty cool. So one more will end this healing. All right. So we end with 6 of crystals. So crystals. That's like 3 crystals. So perhaps all 3 crystals could very well lean to be your message to you and your healing to you. So this one, do you see how the leader is up on the mountain and he's getting the snowflake? He's within reach, which means it feels like to me that you have traveled a long time. You have been on this path for quite some time, even questioning yourself, when are you going to get there? When is it going to be finished? And the answer to that is it's never finished. That's not why you did it. If you're going, and it feels like to me, because he kind of left his people and took his own lead on this card, feels like to me that you're questioning some of your friends because the path you're on, they're not with you. As he sees in the back, they're traveling behind him and he's just going by himself. So if you are going back and forth, maybe you have shifted, you have changed your life to the point where now you're kind of like, I don't really resonate with them anymore. And if that's the case, that's perfectly okay. In life, you're going to have that happen. You're not meant to be friends with everybody and stay friends with everybody. You're not. Now, on a soul level, we all are soul friends and soul family, right? But on a human level, on a spiritual level, spirit level is what I like to call it. On this human spiritual level, you're going to go through shifts throughout your life. And some of your friends won't follow you there. Some of your relationships won't follow you there. Your inner child saying, don't be afraid of that. Don't allow that to hold you back because you're so close to basically unlocking a new path, a new road for you to go down, right? Because there is no completion. So what this is it's a new chapter, and your inner child saying, you're so close. It's okay to leave them. It's okay to go on your own. and see how this is. Because all that means is that you're getting to the point where you're going to know more of who you truly are. And perhaps these people, friends, family that's in your life right now, they don't know who they are, and therefore you're not knowing who you are. You're kind of just flowing. You're kind of going with whatever is presented. But this, you have already taken that path. You have already, but in your head, your inner child's telling me that you're questioning that and you're wondering, is this the right move? And I would say, yes, it is totally the right move. You are so close to unlocking a whole new path to go in. To not Don't stop. All right. No matter how scared you get, flow with this and just know what does scared mean. Anytime you're scared, that just means it's a new shift somewhere you've never been before. So when I get that scared in my body, it's allowing me to know that I'm about ready to go through a whole new path that I have not been on, and sometimes not been on my whole life. So it's kind of exciting to see where it ends. So to you, I just send you love, and just, you're not alone. Even though you're feeling alone, you're not alone. We're never alone. Like I was saying, we have unicorns, dragons, we have a lot of non-physical beings that are around us, angels, departed loved ones on the other side, all that. Okay. Real quick though, I want to pick up the three crystals since three of these came. I just want to make sure if there's not another message here. So have fun. The Eight of Crystals was the first one, which was go have fun, go do something that brings you joy and laughter. That's what you kind of need right now. And then the second crystal was the Five of Crystal, which was basically you're finishing a huge project. So for the ones who's almost finished or more than halfway finished through the project. So this crystal, Eight of Crystals, could say, stop, take a break, go do something fun. You're too much into the project. Take a break. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to go do something fun and then go back to it. The project will be waiting for you. And then also, yeah, this resonates too. The Six of Crystals, you're almost finished with the project as well. So you're almost finished. And now I'm realizing that the center card, where it was like a project, like the home or something, now it comes even clearer that this is also you, that you're working on yourself and you're about ready to shift. You're about ready to go to a new path, unlocking a new road, whatever you want to call it. So keep going. Remember, stop, have fun, smell the roses. All right. So I feel pretty good that that is the reading. And I'm going to just close out with doing some tuning forks for you. All right. So I'm going to start with the one with the crystal. So if the crystal resonated with you about the big project, either yourself or your house or your job, and that you need to remember, take a break, go have fun, and know that even though you feel you're alone, you're not. This one is going to help you. So close your eyes if you want and just listen to the sound. I'm going to tap it a little bit harder so you can hear it. And my intention here is I'm just getting it out of your head because there's a lot in your head. So that's what this is doing. Take a couple of deep breaths. The next one is the one with the heart. This one's going to help you heal your broken heart, okay? And I'm just putting it at the heart, at my heart. And also, you just take a couple deep breaths. There you go. Just let the pain out, right? Let the pain out. The other one, we end with the one that was where you're constantly in your head. It was the swords. So if the sword resonated with you, let's go here for the sword. Okay, so this one's going to be for you. And again, since you're in your head, I'm just going to go where the head is. Ah, well, there you go. You must have released something, changed to tuning fork. All right, guys. So that is my healing the inner child video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. And again, if any of this resonated with you and if you want to go deeper, if you feel that you're ready for whatever or that you need to go and get more answers, then please reach out in the description to my webpage where you can book your own personal intuitive readings with me. And I'll say it one more time. If you're a new client of mine, you do get a free 30-minute reading, which means I can tell you right now, if you book a reading with me an hour, you're only pay $35. And this is all over the phone. And then if you just want a free 30-minute reading, then that's all you have to do is reach out and say, I just want a 30-minute reading. And then there you go. You actually don't have to pay at all. So money is not an issue. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this is that I am just here on this planet to help as many people as possible with pain and shifting that and getting you your power back in whatever way. So if any of that resonates with you and you want to set up a one-on-one session with me, just go to my webpage that's in the description. All right, so I'm hoping to start getting on here and post more videos, not just my quick 15-second one at TikTok that I just share. So I'm really going and hoping to start sharing healing videos for free. That way, again, if maybe you're shy or you're just not ready for the one-on-one, you can find healing in those. So I wish everyone the best of luck in your path and your journey. And I know for a fact that we all can take back our power and we all can come from love. And with that, I wish all my soul friends and family a good night or a good day, good morning. Bye, everyone.